Yeah, turn the lights on. Hit record. We're live. They said I quit. I laughed, hell no. Built this thing from the ground below. Every damn stream, every late night grind. Got a loud ass voice and unfiltered mind. They throw cheap shots, they talk that shit. I turn the camera on and profit from it. Can't break what was built from fire. Every hater just has more why. Keep talking, I ain't going away. Every lie they tell just feeds the flame. This is aggressive defiance. We don't bow, we start riots. Middle finger high to the fake ass noise. Built this house with the real one's voice. Aggressive defiance. Yeah, we're loud as hell. If you came to shut us up, go fuck yourself. Keyboard warriors running their mouth, clocking my moves from the north to the south. Every damn rumor, every fake headline. Still can't stop this hustle of mine. Independent, no puppet strings. Built my lane without kissing rings. I'll stand my ground when the pressure climbs. You throw dirt, I make mountain climbs. No permission, no surrender, no fake smiles, no pretending. If they want smoke, they get in the whole damn fight. Aggressive defiance. Turn it up, let them hear the sound. We ain't backing off, we ain't backing down.
Aggressive defiance.
Ride with the ones who stay. Fuck the doubt, fuck the fear. We're still standing here. Camera rolling. Mike's hot. Another day.
Mike's hot, y'all.
Another stream. Another motherfucking victory.
What's up, peeps? Man, how y'all doing tonight? Good to see you guys, man. I almost just stayed in bed, y'all. What's up, Mitch with a B, Cherokee? Let's go, y'all. How y'all living, man? What's up, Hank? Cherokee girl, what's up? What's up? We sounding off. We sound good. We okay? Chat, hit that like button for me. Jump in the comment section, man. Tell me how y'all feel about this story. This is pretty horrific. Just when you can never think you've seen enough, just when you can think that, you've seen it all in this world, you always get outdone, man. You always get outdone. And I've come to the point now where nothing surprises me anymore. This one did, though. This one did. I'm not going to lie. What's up, Leesky? How you doing, Rebecca? I seen you over on Ghost Channel. I was watching a little bit of it earlier. Good stuff. Hello, Peachy Delight. How are you? Good to see y'all. What's up, you did? Rebecca's on the Can You Hear Me Now? Gotta go to all messages. Step away from the pussy and get online. Nah, I wasn't crashing nothing. I actually came home, man, and I was not feeling good again. When I woke up, I took a nap. I woke up, it was 8 o'clock. I was like, damn, I better get the fuck up or I'm not going to sleep all night. So I got up and here we are, y'all. Here the fuck we are. Did everyone change it in the comments instead of top comment? There you go. Fix it. Y'all know I'll tell y'all if y'all got blocked, right? You know I'll announce it. What's up, y'all? 21 kids, but they all hers. We don't know. Hey, my peeps. Let me bring up the story, y'all. Let me bring up the story. There's a lot of... I want to see the body cam on that motherfucker. Wait till they release the body cam on this shit. All right, here's the press conference, man. Here's the press conference for it. What's up, Primo? What's up, everybody? How y'all living? What's up, Hummingbird? Chrissy with a K? Chrissy with a K. Primo. Mitch with a B. Jupiter. Voices behind the wall, man. What's up? Thank you, AD, for covering this. Thank you for being here, y'all. Elcat, how you doing, Elcat? Rebecca, this story is so freaking sad. It is, man. Brandy Erzhoff, what's up? Hope, hello there, Hope. CG! There's Elizabeth. CG! Arista! Yeah, I didn't see this press conference yet. If child services was called with reports and no one ever checked on the family, those social workers should face some consequences too. Yeah, but like, there's only so much that a social service worker can do. Like, without a warrant, they physically cannot go in the house. Without a warrant, any adult person can tell you to get the fuck away. You know? So then you'd have to go back and build the case and start, and just a lot of them aren't doing it, man. They just aren't. I want to see this press conference though. We were living in squalor, y'all. These kids were living in, let's be clear, a few of them were adults, I think. Were close to being adults. Couldn't even write their name. Like the 18-year-old couldn't even write her name. Yeah, that's how they found out. That's how they did find out, CG. They did have a warrant. In a 12 by 12 room. Imagine 16 people in a 12 by 12 room, man.
Was kept in better conditions than the children.
16 children hidden away in a rural Ohio home. A teenager who, according to investigators, couldn't even spell her own name. And a smell so bad, the Attorney General says he still can't shake it.
It was just a disgusting scene.
And now the adults who were supposed to be caring for these children are behind bars.
Look at the fucking look at the adults and look at the older people in this. Like, look at them. 18 months to 18 years. Wow. I know there was one set of twins. I'm not sure. We're going to cover this, y'all. We're going to get into it really good.
This is pure evil. What we saw down here.
Oh, I've never had this, chat. Never had this, man. Mountain Dew and dragon fruit. Let's give it a try. Yeah, they found him on a warrant for a separate matter, yeah. But it did take a warrant for them to go in there, you know what I mean? Yeah, but a text is different than writing, though. That means they're just saying that they never went to school at all. I think the mom had to be pregnant all the time. You would have to, dude. Like, you would just be popping babies out left and right. What's up, J&J? Yes, I have the messages the 18-year-old sent to her boyfriend. Now they did DNA to make sure all children are from Gary Jr. What happens if it comes back that these people are just stolen or something, you know?
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. You know, just when you think that you've heard it all,
Yeah, I
another
just
case
said that.
comes to light that makes you do a double take. And this story out of Ohio, it's one of those cases. It involves 16 children who were living in conditions that were so filthy and so deplorable, according to the sheriff, that most animals live better. In fact, the children had been living in the small home for some time, and the sheriff said neighbors had no idea that children lived there. Imagine that. A home with 16 children living in it, and the neighbors had no clue. The county prosecutor says one of the kids is actually 18, an adult, but developmentally, she's a child. She couldn't even spell her own name.
That's crazy.
And some of the children were in such bad shape that they had to be flown by medical helicopter to a level 1 trauma center. Unbelievable. That's what deputies in Vinton County, Ohio, about
Fucking wow, man. You know, this wouldn't even. Edinburgh's got plenty of women with 16 kids. I would love to see this, bro. I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying, Daryl. But, like, 16 kids, dude, in these days is unheard of. It just doesn't happen. Now, back in 19, 20, and 30, people might have popped 16 kids out, you know? People may have had 16 children on a regular, but not in today's time, man. People are just. Damn, man. Jesus. Oh, y'all. Not bad. All right, my bad. Kids needing money. Gotta help the kids, man. All right, we're good.
75 miles south of Columbus, found this week. Vinton is a rural county. Fewer than 13,000 people live there. Vinton County Sheriff said that deputies and state agents discovered the children on Tuesday, June 30th, while conducting another investigation. Here's Sheriff Ryan Kane.
All right.
So here's the problem. They could have gotten 1,000 reports, right? But we all know that if they don't have a warrant, they cannot come in that house and check out any kid. You see what I'm saying? Kitty, you cannot have that. Come here. You can't have that. No. Let's go see him. Let's go see everybody, Kiki. No, you're not getting up. You just lay down. You're not biting me. Get the baby. Get my babies. Get that baby. Get that little baby. I love him. You need some light in here? Yeah, I'm not fighting with you. Yeah. All right, that's a little better. I don't want to get up, turn the big light on. How could they possibly feed that many kids? Well, I think that was a problem. Big tax refunds? Yeah, they got to work though. We don't know. I know that they were said that they had twins back in 2022 that were born dead. That's all I know.
Today, on June 30th, the Vinton County Sheriff's Office, along with the Ohio Bureau of Investigation, executed and is still continuing to investigate Omar Street in Hamden, Ohio. Upon searching the home, evidence of other crimes were discovered. It's currently an ongoing investigation, and my office is still processing the scene and conducting interviews. My message to the community is that there is no outstanding threat. These are serious crimes and allegations that will be investigated fully. Our mission is to protect our citizens and our children. The scene is horrific, and these are horrific allegations.
Okay, CG,
We will
thank
do
you.
anything in our power to hold those accountable to justice. I want to thank Ohio BCI, the Ohio Attorney General's Office, for working with us in this incident. The Hamden Fire Department.
Imagine the relief that these children are feeling, though. Imagine that. Imagine the relief, y'all. They probably never thought anything was going to change. Hell, some of them probably thought this is the way we live. Like, if they're born into that, They don't know there's anything else out there. Yeah, they might be separated. Let's hope that they're not, you know. I don't think that the family courts are too into separation, but this is a big thing that could separate them.
County EMS, Jackson County EMS, Jackson County Sheriff's Office, the Ohio Department of Watercraft and Parks, Ohio Wildlife for assisting us today.
So the children were discovered because a search warrant was being executed on the home on Omer Street related to another investigation, but the sheriff won't comment on what that investigation involves.
I want to stress that our focus right now is on the safety of the children. These kids are being evaluated medically, and we're trying to get them placed, and that is our primary concern right at this point.
I also want, at this point, separation isn't even on my mind. It isn't. It's getting these kids the proper care they deserve, the proper clothing, the care, the support, because they are just children, man. And all this was done by adults.
Stress, this is not conduct that is acceptable in Vinton County. These individuals were not from Vinton County. This is not appropriate and certainly is not reflective of the Vinton County values.
The children were removed from the small house in the village of
That's
Hamden.
little.
They ranged in age from...
Look how little the house is, man. God, it's a little house.
1.5 to 18 years old. Ohio's Attorney General says some of the children were in really, really bad shape. Here's AG Andy Wilson.
Agents from Ohio BCI participated in the search warrant this morning with deputies from the Vinton County Sheriff's Office. And when they went into that residence, 16 children were removed from that residence. And I've been doing these types of cases for a long time. I spent a big portion of my career dedicated to prosecuting these types of cases.
No bathroom.
And I can tell you this, this
Rabbit?
is pure evil. What we saw down here today is pure evil. And I have to commend the deputies from the Vinton County Sheriff's Office and our agents from Ohio BCI and I, who went into really kind of one of the worst environments that I've seen in my career, and were there for those children in their time of need. Those children are currently being treated at hospitals throughout the state. And this is, as you heard, an ongoing investigation.
I'll get into more of what law enforcement says they found in the house shortly. 4 adults lived in that house, the parents of the children and the grandparents. The parents of some of the children are believed to be Elizabeth Siders and Gary Siders Jr. The grandparents are believed to be Gary Siders Sr. and Christina Siders. All 4 face 17 felony.
So that's mom, dad. Is she a Sider or is she married to Gary? Primo said we like that, y'all. Primo said we like that.
Aggressive violence reacts. Aggressive as fuck.
Shout out to Primo, man, with the $2 dono, baby. Much love, Primo.
Right now, 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 right now. Right now, right.
Salute, Primo. Appreciate you, bro. The adults went to dollar store without the kids at night. I think she married in young. I did read that. I was just trying to make sure that they weren't like brother and sister. Because in these kind of situations, I'll tell you what, Gary Siders looks like a motherfucker that was born and inbred. I'll tell you that. She married Gary Jr. when she was 15, I believe, in West Virginia, because Ohio, they couldn't get it married there. Fuck, so you can go to West Virginia and do it? That's why you have so much degeneracy, because they have laws that allow 15-year-olds to get fucking married.
Counts of child endangering, and more charges could be
Some
coming
nonsense.
because this is just the beginning. The investigation is
Oh,
continuing.
he had a stroke?
The sheriff says the house was beyond filthy.
Seen livestock lived. Yeah. Mostly kept better. As I was saying, most of our livestock was kept in better conditions than the children. It was extremely high presence, I'm sure, of bacterial and human feces. It was just a disgusting scene.
Human feces, man. Like, there's nothing more sickening than living in your own feces. Nothing. That means they probably would have to go sit in the corner to take a shit or something. Like, that is fucking wild, dude.
Can I ask both of you, what did you feel like walking through there? Not necessarily what it looked like, what the description.
I didn't mean all the people in West Virginia. I said that's why they have degeneracy, because they are allowing people to marry at 15. So if you didn't get married at 15, I probably wouldn't talk about
What
you.
was going through your mind?
So it was disgusting, even where the kids weren't. I would think it's
There wasn't any neighbors close enough. Like, I get what you're saying, Arista, but like, did you see there wasn't any neighbors? Like, that they lived in a house that didn't have like close neighbors. Like, my neighbor would fucking smell it, I'm sure. I got one upstairs and one next door. I only got one on one side of me because I'm on the end, but yeah. It's rural. Yeah, this is like Hamden, Ohio. It's very, very rural. Actually, most people from West Virginia went to VA. Or I know KY was doing it because my grandmother was married at 16. I think a lot of these things have changed over the past few years, though. I think like a lot of the laws. I don't think in West Virginia you can get married at 15 anymore. But I may be wrong. I wonder if that woman was forced to have all those kids. We're going to find out, aren't we? We're going to find out. 200 people in the town. Damn it.
We talked to some of the neighbors. We talked to some of the people from
There we go. We talked to some of the neighbors.
It was just a disgusting scene.
Can I ask both of you, what did
This
you
is
feel
good.
like
Dragon
walking
fruit
through there?
Mountain
Not
Dew, y'all.
necessarily what it looked like, what the description, but what was going through your mind?
So it was
16 is still too young, man.
I would think it's typical. Most law enforcement have experience with homes in a similar fashion. A large number of people, though, the children were kept in a roughly 12 by 12 area. It seems like it's where they've spent the most of the last 4 years.
Damn. Damn, man. Could you imagine? That's like prison. That's prison. That's prison times 20. Because even in prison, when you're sleeping around 16 people, it's a bigger room than 12 by 12. Way bigger than 12 by 12. That would be people fucking sleeping on top of each other. 12 by 12, that means you would have kids laying 16? That's more than the footage that's allowed. Think about it. You got 12 feet. That means a person every feet. And then you'd have to go a long ways. Yeah, they would have to be running this way and this way to sleep. I can't believe this shit, man. Just when you think you've heard it all.
That's what it looks like. In a weird way, you're hit with two emotions. There's joy when we realize that we're about to change 16 lives for the better.
Yeah, they were sleeping on
But we
junk,
also,
trash, fucking.
it's hard.
So the
Oh, we got a
kids,
motherfucking 1-yearer. Shout out to that Joker. You've been around for a year, bro. Happy anniversary,
sheriff
man.
says, were kept in a 12 by 12 room and there was feces all over the place. The children were kept in absolute squalor. The attorney general says the children were essentially hidden.
So I will tell you this, you know, there is evidence that kids live there. As
There is Flower.
we talked to some of the neighbors. We talked to some of the people from the neighborhood. These people have been here for about 4 years, and we talked to some people who live in the neighborhood who said, I had no idea that kids were people. And talking about, somebody asked about, to describe the conditions, adding on to what the sheriff said. I didn't actually go into the room where the kids were. I just looked through the door. That was yesterday. I can still smell. I can't get the smell. I can't get the smell off of me or away from me right now. We were just talking about that a little while ago. And then we were talking as a group about some of the evidence we looked at today, where they actually discovered the kids and found the kids. And it really, it's not that different than those old commercials you used to see of like kids in Africa, like just where they're covered in bugs and squatting and had that distant look in their eyes. It's terrible.
Wow.
I mean, it is absolutely terrible. And
wow.
Again, we got to make sure the kids are safe. We got to make sure they're placed in good, solid therapeutic placements. And we have to hold accountable the people who are willing to do this to their own family.
The 4 Siders family members appeared in Lighten County Court on those.
Not even bothered. They're not even bothered, bro. Look at Pops leaning over in his chair. They're not even bothered. They're not even fucking bothered, bro. God, you dirtbags. You know who the worst is? That old man. I don't know. I don't want to be too quick on the draw because it could be the son and the old man had a stroke and shit, so he's just letting them all live like hell. That could be the fact. The neighbors never knew there were children there, never saw or heard any children from the house. See, that's fucking wild. That means that they were keeping them trapped up so much that these kids weren't even heard or seen. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs and buts about this shit, Lee. They said the mom asked about the kids first thing when the lawyer came to visit. I could see the mom caring. I mean, the mom's going to care more than any of them anyways because she gave birth. She carried them. So she probably has a connection. I mean, any mother would have a connection no matter what. But I think over time, people are able to disconnect. And that's where you see a lot of this stuff start happening. That love starts to disconnect. Or they start listening to the husband more. And like, or they get scared. She could have been forced into this. We never know. Yeah, the mom is a victim. Yeah, she could be. Let it all come out first, you know. Because I'm sorry. If she's not being trapped in the house as well, she's not a victim. That's my point of view. If she's not also trapped in the house and she was able to go out and about with her husband and she didn't tell somebody, she's not a victim. When she had every opportunity to tell anybody. The woman might be a victim too. Okay. I'm just saying, like, if she was able to go out and about with that man and she didn't fucking stop and start screaming at Dairy Queen or something, or at the fucking mall or at the fucking shopping center, help! Like, she's a victim too. And I know that sounds like crazy and all. Why would somebody do that? But that's the way you have to do it if you're not a victim. If you are a victim, you have to stop it if you're able to. Once I would have got to the age of 10, I ran away from that place. I don't care how rural. But If you're taught, how do you know to run away if this is what you think life is? You know, these are children. I'm just saying it is that easy. It is that easy. Especially when you got 16 children. It is that easy. The mother had marks on her arm. I get it. I understand, ladies. I understand, gentlemen. I do. Didn't she have family? Well, we're going to find out.
17 child endangering charges. The AG says the family has moved around a lot. They've been in Gallia, Jackson, and Pike counties, and even Wisconsin at one point, but they've been in Vinton County for at least the last 4 years. Back in 2021, the Pike County Sheriff posted on Facebook about Gary Siders Jr. The sheriff said he was requesting warrants for Siders Jr. for felony theft and receiving stolen property because items stolen from a construction site had been recovered from the home where he lived. But the children haven't been to school. Law enforcement says there are no medical or school records for them, and they're still looking into all of that. So I could think of no one better to take a look at this case and analyze it for us than Mark Weaver. He works as a special prosecutor in the state of Ohio, sometimes sits as a judge, and he has worked cases down in the area where this happened. He's also the author of a new book entitled God Bless America, 250 Years Strong. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But first, Mark, your reaction to this case. I'm shocked by it. Every time I think
it was just normal
I can't be shocked. I'm shocked. Because I can't imagine 16 children ranging in age from 1.5 to 18 living in a house and nobody.
Good point, Kimmy. Best comment of the night right there. You don't hurt Jesus' little children and think you're going to get away with it.
He knows.
Yeah,
that's right. You don't do it.
You're right. I have prosecuted cases.
You know what's funny? I was watching today before I got online. That fat motherfucker that's sitting over there on his channel live, the whole live stream I watched last night said, ain't there anything else for them to talk about? Ain't there anything else for them to talk about by now? Ain't there? This fat motherfucker fires up alive like he's a fucking victim. Like he's a victim of the Whitaker story. I love them so much. I pray to Jesus every night. I won't teabag. I'm so heartbroken. You're a fucking joke, bro. You're a fucking joke.
Not in that county, but in counties surrounding that. This is Southern Ohio. This is Appalachia.
Oh, I gotta say.
Excuse anything. It's just explanatory. Families with that many children in Appalachia is already pretty unusual. You don't see families with 7, 8, 9, 10 or more children typically.
So they're in the Appalachia. They're just not in West Virginia or Tennessee. He only sat and apologized because Creep and you said something about it. Facts. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit from him. And if that's what he going, I'm telling y'all, I'll mark my words, bro. Patrick ain't gonna survive on YouTube, bro, like he was on Facebook. Ain't gonna happen. He don't got good enough content. He's got a bunch of parasocial
and
people.
Then if you do,
those
you
fade away, buddy.
See them confined in such
you got a bunch
small
of people in
room
love with you had never met
house.
you. That's gonna fade away,
this
buddy.
Is one of the smallest counties in Ohio, Vinton County, one of the poorest counties in Ohio. It came as no surprise to me that the Vinton County prosecutor is partnering with the Ohio Attorney General office, where I used to work as the Deputy Attorney General.
And he read a letter he wrote to Timmy. You can't make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this shit up. This son of a bitch just came up here yesterday telling everybody to not talk about the Whitakers. Ain't y'all got something better to talk about? Ain't they? Shut your fat ass up, punk. Get you a job or something sitting around. Oh, I wrote me Timmy a letter. Oh, my friend. And my friend only known for like 6 months. Timmy trusted him and he fucking got him a pair of boots, a shirt, and a fucking pair of pants. Great job, bud. You did so well for them. You're a fucking joke, dude.
There's many more resources
You're the clown of the
available, both
bucket.
through the state's Bureau of Criminal Investigation, which is the premier unit of
Yeah, he didn't write it.
investigators
He
in
used
the state,
AI.
and through the Special Prosecution
This
Section of
motherfucker
the
can't
Attorney
spell
General's
mysterious.
office. So
Mysterious
normally a
exposed.
small town prosecutor's office like Vinton would have 3 or 4 prosecutors who do felony cases at most. So they're going
Yeah,
to
you
need
know,
the
I made a
help of the
background
Attorney
child
General's
making
office to
fucking
bring this
crayons.
significant case with lots of evidence and lots of troubling details.
He's a big old bitch.
Let's break this down a little bit because it's beyond troubling.
Yeah, he gave him a cell phone, no
the entire
service.
reason that they discovered this, the children, and the Attorney General Andy Wilson described
write
this as
that
something
shit.
like out of a third world country. He described it like those old commercials.
Hell, he'll never be allowed around these fucking family ever again, bro. Ever again. But he comes to the internet like he's the big victim. I'm a big old victim. I done wrong in all this. Shut your bitch ass up. Go fucking do your time, bitch. Go talk to the law.
You'd see, and sometimes you still see them, where you had the starving children in Africa, and you've got the kids with, and you've got these poor starving children, and their eyes, they're staring.
I don't know about the Whitakers, man. Look, here's the biggest thing with me. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be involved in all the dumb drama around it, right? Because all it is just, I'm going to talk this bad about you. I'm going to try to make these people feel this bad about you. And that's what it's turned into. Really. That's all it's turned into. And I just don't care. I'll prove I'm more adult than any of you then. For real, for real.
Kind of into the camera, and the flies
ain't none of you made a change
that kind
in
of
nothing.
thing. The sheriff said they
Y'all
walk
ain't
in, there's a
did
12 by
nothing.
12 room, and there's feces, and I mean, it sounds just beyond disgusting what they described. But they were doing a search warrant on another investigation. They were investigating another crime, and they won't say what it was.
They bully other people.
And they go in and they find a 12 by 12 room, they say, with kids, and one of them they say is near death.
Okay, so did this room not have any windows? Like just one door going out to the house? That song he was working on, boy, oh boy. He'll be over that song in 3 years. You want to bet? This would be he might still be talking about this in 3 years. You never know. That's the only thing that's gonna get him views. That's the only thing. Playing that banjo every night, talking about for you. That ain't gonna get you shit, bud.
Yes.
You watch my
I was
my
talking
words.
to Attorney General Wilson last week,
And now they're all
matter.
fucking jumping on each other.
This would come up, but I'm glad he's there.
I'm gonna watch him
Andy
eat.
Wilson is an experienced prosecutor, and he's been appointed as our Attorney General in the interim because the one who was elected resigned to take another job. So he's our short-term Attorney General, but he really is well suited to handle this case. And I'm glad that he showed it such a high priority. We do need to know more facts. I expect the defense lawyers for these people who've been charged will ask for a bill of particulars, which is a more detailed description of the crimes being alleged. I've read the indictments. They're rather pro forma, meaning they're simply saying the required elements of the statute, child endangerment, which is a second-degree felony in this case. So we're not getting a lot of insight from the records that have been released so far.
Yeah, we're getting nothing. We're getting nothing except it's literally like the bare bones complaint that they gave us.
Maybe they're starting to do this because of so many people doing like FOIAs and like working for records and shit. Maybe they're just starting everything out like bare bones. You know, I don't know. I hope a lot of these people are doing it. A lot of counties and shit are doing it. Like that there has to be overt acts that you committed that they know that you committed, right? So like I say this all the time with the Patrick thing. Like they had to know that they're coming after Patrick for taking money from this situation, taking items from this situation. We looked up online, did he have the money still? No, he didn't have the money. It didn't get sent anywhere it was supposed to be sent. We've got all of his money sending applications right here on these 2 phones. You know what I mean?
we have no like info other than what they've
They
told
know
us. And
everything,
I
y'all.
think part of that is because they were caught by surprise when they went in
Yeah,
there.
he was
They're
ripping
looking
them off way before
they're
Eric
looking
came
for
along.
X, and they
Absolutely.
find A through
Way before Eric came along.
L or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they find 16 kids when they go in there and they're looking for whatever else they were looking for in the first place. And you know, they find feces, a floor falling apart, 16.
How do you get here's my question. How do you get a search warrant for indecent exposure? Or maybe they just came in the house because they opened the door. That's the question. I think they are saying that she had the babies at home. I think the last two that were born were twins in 2022 that were out of the hospital. Being outside, I get it, but does that mean they can come barge in your home? Absolutely not. No. Like you would have to be selling drugs out of your home, maybe doing prostitution out of your home. You have to be doing something that moving in and out for them to have a search warrant to come in your home. There's a whole different thing there. So maybe they knew he was living there and they probably went there with a warrant and they probably wasn't allowing him in. So the judge went and got a search warrant for it. That's probably what happened. Because, you know, they probably knocked on the door and they were like, you don't live here. You know you're not coming in. And then they probably went and got a search warrant. That could have been that way too. We don't know. I'm just speculating. But this is wild. It's a good question, but it really doesn't have any like moral stance to the case. But I'd like to know why they were able to go on in. The conjoined twins are buried. There's birth certificates and records on them. Yeah, that's the last records, though, of any children. You see what I'm saying? In 2022, that was the last record of any children being born, and there were babies there. They had them buried. They had a funeral and shit, I guess. Those are the ones that were last documented by any hospital, any sort of like law, like anything. What's up, Angel? Salute, brother. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat.
Right now, 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 right now.
Good comment, Lee. That's what I thought too, Jackal. A lawyer that deals with wills and shit is who signed the warrant. Are you fucking kidding me? An attorney signed the warrant? He must be a judge too. You gotta have a judge. Because if a judge didn't sign it, then all this is beatable. Yeah, it has to be a judge. I don't think they're incest. That's the first thing that crossed my mind, though. Wow, dude, this is amazing.
Kids, one or two of them in really bad shape. Now they have to find homes for these 16 kids. And the big question is, Mark, who's the mother of some of these children? The 18-year-old, they said couldn't even spell her name.
Yeah, so it couldn't be Elizabeth. Were they stealing kids, dude? Or were they Gary and Christina's kids too? Were they fucking stealing kids? Right on, Angel. We got a new member. We got a new member. Shout out to y'all, man. She had to have stunk when she went to the hospital. Well, conjoined is black market baby. I never think that. I swear, I think they was. Like they were stealing kids, dude? Because if you think about it, Elizabeth's probably not even old enough to have an 18-year-old. Only Gary and Christina could have that 18-year-old. Maybe. Maybe. How old are they? 60s? They look like they've been through hell, bro. She said, who do all these kids come from? I'm covering this, bro. I'm staying on top of this. She had 3 or 4 sets of twins.
Hadn't been to school, and they said that this 18-year-old, this is so sad. It's so stunning to me. I'm highly doubting that Elizabeth Siders is the mother of this 18-year-old, since she's, I think, 33.
Yeah.
And there's no way she had 16 children in that time span.
No
We were
way,
just talking
dude.
about that before we.
No fucking way. There's no way. She's 33. She had a kid 18 years old, and then she had 16 more fucking kids? Or 15 more kids? No possible fucking way, man. If that's where the kids started, was with the 18-year-old, they would have record of fostering, right? Yeah, these people look like they have been through hell and back, bro. Like, life has been hard to them. Well, if she had the baby 18 years ago, right? And she's 26. So it's possible at 18. That means you wouldn't even have that much time, because you have to heal up first before you could even start having a baby again. You got to give it like 3 months, 2 months, you know? You little hoo-ha to heal back up. Who is she, 30, 33? So 18. She could have, maybe 15 years old. She could have done it, you know? But to then have 15 more kids, that's just impossible, man. This is just impossible, man. That's impossible. I don't think a woman could even go through that, dude. That's a lot of fucking and having kids, man. And half of these aren't even being born at a hospital. I know. I get it, Peachy, but like, maybe the 18-year-old had some kids. Maybe they screwed the 18-year-old. I don't know. I just want to kind of like just get to the facts of it, because like my mind's more everywhere.
Where did this child come from? And they're calling her a child. They're charging child endangering, because they said basically she can't even spell her name. So basically she's 18, but she developmentally is a child.
Yeah. Sure. And certainly she was endangered or abused at age 14,
wow,
15,
Michelle.
16, 17, all of which would be within the statute, the limitations.
Yeah, you go ahead and charge them.
Prosecutors are going to have to talk to these kids.
You hear that? If you're beating on your 18-year-old, they can still get you for child abuse, especially if they can say you were doing it at 14 and 15, because there's a statute of limitations. I think it's like 7 years probably. So if they can prove you were doing it at 11, they're going to get you when they're 18, 19. There's like a statute of limitations that carries your age into further years of adult.
It's unclear which ones can give a coherent account of who did what.
So that's true, 410.
Who didn't provide food or the basic sustenance that every parent or guardian is required to provide a child. So a couple things are going to happen.
Mom and Dad got to definitely go to jail.
Happening right now. Number one, every one of these kids, once their medical needs are attended to, is going to be interviewed to get as much information as they can about this level of abuse or neglect. And then once the prosecutors identify the least culpable, the least responsible adult who's charged, they will work to flip that person to testify against the other ones. So the person with the least culpability will get the shortest amount of prison time, and they will use that testimony to convict the other people.
And we don't know who that is at this point in time.
No,
But what we do,
there's no way of knowing, and the kids are going to be the key to this. But once again, we don't have insight into how verbal they are, or how aware they are. Severe malnutrition affects not just your body, but also your brain and your memory. And so I'm sure defense lawyers will be interested in eventually cross-examining these kids to show that perhaps they don't remember things well. So it's a bit of a challenge with respect to who the witnesses will be.
Yeah, they have no neighbors, guys. None. This is a house of horrors. This is the house of horror, bro. Like, especially for those children. I couldn't imagine, man. Some of those children are probably 10, 11, and just don't even know any better. Thank you, CG. They just probably don't even know any better. They said they have 4 sets of twins. Faith and Bailey, 2022, passed away at birth. How do we know all this when the police haven't even released this? I can't believe she had all those kids, bro. Like, it's showing she had all these kids. She had 4 sets of twins. 2 of them had passed away. Yeah. The only two that died were Faith and Bailey. That were twins. They're not releasing the names. People has them. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna thank you, CG. This was good. I'll post this. I'm gonna definitely post this because it does give an outlook. Thank you for that so much. Says off topic, but ask Patrick what February 13th means. 2027. What does that mean? What does that mean? You can't do that, Rabbit. Shout out for the $5 though. I appreciate it. You can't do that to me.
Right now, 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 right now.
Yeah, look at this, yo. This is how some of them were living. Look at this fucking room, dude. The walls are ripped out of it, dog. Like, look at that. Trash. Piled the fuck up. Like, that's fucking unreal, bro. One mattress. Like, you see all the fucking blood, dude? Look at all that blood. That's probably from, like, menstrual. Imagine walking in there and seeing 16 kids, man. Yeah, we're going to stay on this. Yeah, I need all this. I want to stay on this until I see them some bitches in prison. Yep. You're going to prison. You're going to prison.
To say what did or didn't happen. Having said that, there's a civil Latin phrase in the law called res ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself. You don't need a lot of evidence to show that kids in your care who are this poorly treated or whose conditions are so bad is the responsibility of the adults in the house.
What I want to break down here a little bit, and this
they're
is just
traumatized
me,
forever, bro.
From a
Forever,
high up
Jupiter.
looking
Forever
down
and
kind
ever.
of view. But there's a report out there that Elizabeth Siders,
The neighbors said they never seen a kid there once at all. No, they did not even know that there was kids there. God, that's so unreal with 16 of them. That means they were being made to shut up. They were being made to be quiet. Why would you allow this, man? And I'm sorry to tell you, I don't know if we can claim this girl to be the victim too, guys. I just can't say it yet. Because it is so easy for her to say, I was a victim. They might end up with murder. If there's other babies they can't even find, they might end up with murder. What's up, Ben? Yeah, pay attention to your neighbors, man. Don't be a nosy son bitch, but just be aware. Pay attention to your neighbors. Become fucking friendly with your neighbors. I started at 8. 9, I think. I started at 9. I didn't wake up till 8. Ain't no saying later. That's what I'm thinking. If I want to go outside, there's 16 fucking kids. How you gonna tell all of them to shut up? There's only 4 of you. They should have jumped them. Like, they should have just jumped them. Let's beat their ass. There's 16 of us. If all of us go at once, they can't stop us. Straight up. I've been like, let's go, y'all. Next time they open that door, all of us are running through it. I promise you. I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun of the situation. Just making light of it, right? There's 16 of them. They might have been weak. That's what I understand. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. Like, they probably were scared. I get it. But like, that would have crossed my mind. Most definitely. I think some of them were still babies, though. So there's probably only 10 of them that could even help. I'm so tired.
wife of Gary Jr., that she used to go to this baby pantry, where if you are a person in need and can't afford stuff, you go there and you can get diapers and formula and stuff like that. And that she would come in and she was kind of like, she would come in once a week. You were allowed to come in once a week, but that she would sometimes try to come more than once a week. And that Gary Jr., this is what the report says, that he would wait out in the car or the truck or whatever, and she'd come in and she seemed kind of anxious and stuff like that. And she'd come in and get what she needed and then she'd leave. So Elizabeth is the newest member of this family, the Siders family. The grandparents, Christina and Gary Sr., they are obviously the matriarch and patriarch of this family. Gary Jr. is their child. So they've been together the longest. And then somehow at some point, Elizabeth is brought into the fray. And so I think we're left to deduce that these children are somehow like a part of the initial threesome of Gary Sr., Gary Jr., and Christina, the older children. And we have Elizabeth coming into this. And then there's another report talking about how Elizabeth's mother has been posting on Facebook, like, I can't wait to see my daughter again. Happy birthday. Like, I hope to see her again soon and stuff like that.
What?
And there's a picture of her that we need to verify, but she had blonde hair. Now she's got this dark black hair. So is it possible that she is somewhat of a victim in all of this too?
There you go.
Could be. I want to give viewers a context
There you
around
go.
this region. It's a poor area, but there is plenty of social safety net for families to eat and take care of their children. There are
Good.
welfare benefits. There's SNAP. There are local churches that have food pantries.
Good.
There are a lot of good Christian and hardworking people in those counties who will help other people in need. So this is not like we saw in the 1960s when President LBJ started his war against poverty in Appalachia because there were simply no resources. There are resources there. Having said that, there's also an opioid scourge that continues. There's a methamphetamine scourge that continues.
That's been around there
many of
forever.
the cases I've prosecuted or worked on in Appalachia touch against drug addiction and generational
Fucking
drug
drugstore.
addiction. I would not be surprised if we learn that some of the parents of these children are no longer parenting or on the scene because of drug addiction.
And that's something interesting that you bring up too. I noticed some redness around the eyes and the mug shots and stuff like that. I wonder if we will learn.
Dude, Gary reminds me of Ray. Gary reminds me of Ray. I'm not going to lie. He does. So, like, this is a house of horror, man. You say Gary Jr. is a pedo? I say they all are. I say they all are. And I say that because is the grandpa, yes. I think Gary was also sleeping with that young lady. I do. I believe that's how she stayed pregnant. I believe some of those babies are his. I think she might be a victim in this. I don't want to jump on that because I always can think that you're an adult and you got ways to tell. People have a lot of ways to tell, And if you don't take the fucking chance of doing that, then when do you become the victim or the enabler or the person that just doesn't give a fuck?
That drug abuse, addiction is a part of this story.
Could
that
be
we're
drugs.
just talking here. We don't know that for certain.
Could be
but
drugs.
It could be a piece of this puzzle.
Absolutely.
And you're right. There are programs out there.
We are going to
These
find
people
out,
could have
Jupiter.
easily registered for welfare benefits, SNAP benefits. All of those things could have been done.
Well, that's the problem. They don't want to register because they don't want to find out the children are there. So that takes into the more part that they didn't care about those kids, man. It seems like they were just popping babies out and they were mad about it. And then they just kept having them, fucking and fucking and fucking.
Nourishment, good food for these children so that they could be fed.
Wow,
and housed
dude.
more properly. 16 kids, you've got some explaining to do though. If you've got 16 kids, you got some explaining to do to the government about why you got 16 kids. So one thing I find interesting about this too, Mark, so sad, but interesting, is the fact that, you're keeping these kids apparently indoors, I guess, for 4 years. This is it's not like a subdivision where you've got kids running around on bikes and stuff like that. It's by a railroad track and, there's some brush and stuff like that. But there are neighbors. But the neighbors didn't see the kids. Like, I don't even understand how that's possible. Like,
there ain't no neighbor close to them.
The kids are going to be the key.
Not as close as my neighbors are always.
Is in itself, for long periods of time, is neglect and endangerment, because we all know children need fresh air. They need vitamin D. They also need to go to school.
Yes.
whether it's the public school or the local Christian or charter
Or
school,
home.
or even homeschooled by an appropriate parent or adult who's willing to take on that responsibility. But every adult in that house, once they've allowed children in, has now a legal obligation to look out for the interest of that child. The law is not that only parents are responsible for children, but any functioning adult who's the head of the household. You mentioned the matriarch and the patriarch.
That's why I
or
said
the-
every functioning adult that went through the Whitaker's household should have been held accountable for not helping them. Straight up, that's how I feel. Every grown adult that was functionable, that went through the Whitaker's family household, that didn't care to help them, are held responsible too, in my eyes.
responsible adult who's looking out for children. You're bringing onto yourself a higher obligation that a stranger would not have to look out for the welfare of these children. And these charges that are
I don't know,
being brought, I
Arista.
wouldn't be surprised
mean,
if these charges
You might
get
know
amended
numbers, but
and added to, are all second-degree felonies, each one of which could serve 8 to 12 years in prison,
that's it.
potentially consecutively. So these
Consecutively.
adults, whatever their relationship,
They are
to
different
these
crimes.
children, are criminally liable for what happens to these children. And these are very serious crimes and could result in decades and decades in prison.
And that was going to be my next question to you. I'm glad you brought that up
Wow.
about whether you believe more charges will be added, because this is just an initial complaint, an initial document that they filed basically after they find.
If let's say they get 8 to 12 years on every count, there's 16 counts of that. You're going to go away for a long, long time. You might not. It might be a life sentence. It might be. That's what I would push for. You ruined these children. You ruined them, man. You not only ruined them, you ruined them for life. Like, they're going to carry this burden with them forever and ever and ever. Yep. Even the babies, even the ones that aren't even going to remember it happened to them, are going to get a constant reminder throughout life that it did happen to them.
These kids in this house. It's horrific. You know, I went to summer camp in Benton County back when I was like a kid. Like, I don't remember how old I was. But I went to
It's a
summer
beautiful
camp
area.
there.
I bet you had a great time.
Yeah.
It is beautiful country.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's very beautiful, very beautiful. But as you mentioned, yeah, very poor. It's the least populous state or county rather in the state of Ohio. And so, but there still are resources. There are resources to help people down there.
I know, CG, I know.
So, Mark, you have a new book out. Talk to me about.
We don't talk
God
about
Bless
books.
America.
We don't want to talk about books. We don't want to talk about books. No. We don't want to talk about books. No promotion over here, guy. Let's see here.
New information this morning in the case where 16 children were rescued from a house in Vinton County described as not fit for livestock. 13 News is digging deeper into this case. We've uncovered new information and confirmed through official documents that there were even another set of twins born into the Siders family. This set of twins, however, died the same day they were born. Now, just over an hour ago, 13 News anchor Amanda Barron sat down with an in-law of the Siders family. He tells us because of what's going on, his family is now getting death threats. Now, Amanda joins us live.
What in the fuck? What the fuck, bro? What's wrong with people? Yeah, they'll start to come around, I think. They will. I mean, they can, but I think the older ones are going to stick with the trauma. This is a lot of trauma.
Right now, from the home in Vinton County, family members say
Riley?
that they were kept at an arm's length, but always helped when asked. Amanda?
Yeah, Ronnie Fletcher says, Zach, that they always jumped in to help where they could. He's the Siders' son-in-law, and he says that he and the extended family were not aware of the extent of what was happening, investigators say, inside this home behind me. He says they often didn't know where that family lived, and they certainly didn't know about this home that you see still taped off nearly a week later. Can also tell you this afternoon that the family says they found out about this situation like the rest of us on the news, and now they're receiving death threats as a result of these arrests that have been made and the welfare of the children that they're concerned about, and so are the rest of us this hour. They say that not only are they receiving death threats, they've been forced to miss work, and they're struggling to put food on the table.
It's been awful for the people that had no idea that was going on in the house that are related to this family. I mean, we've had death threats. We've been told that we need to be put in front of execution line of guns and, killed and, burned in, it's been bad. Gary and Lynn did not raise their children that way. They're the 4 daughters that got out are successful members of society. We've raised our children. Our children have, college degrees or, whatever, and for us to be put into all this, and there's generational incest and, this is going on generational. It's not true. This is all into that one home. The last time we heard from them, we gave them a car, and it's probably close to a year ago now, other than them, Lynn calling us and asking for money, or, they needed help with the water bill, or, whatever. And if we had it, we sent it. If we didn't, one of the other daughters did. So we've done what we could for that family at the arm's length that they was keeping us at.
Ronnie says they did whatever they could to help at any time, as you just heard from. He says his wife would give anyone her last $5 to help somebody. Not only that, Ronnie says that they have taken in children from another family member, and they're helping to raise them right now because of another situation that family's dealing with. So this is a family who says they would step in to help. Coming up tonight at 6, you'll hear what he thinks justice looks like in this situation.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. There's a lot of this shit we can look up and find out on our own. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure a lot of this family has Facebooks. Like, there's a lot that's going to come out about this. There's going to be a lot. He said they thought the kids was homeschooled. Yeah, but like, think about it, right? Somebody could pull the wool over your eyes. They said this has only been going on for like, what, 4 years? It isn't incest. I don't think it's incest. It's not incest. It's just probably dad and son fucking the same woman. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think the homeschool thing needs to be looked into a little bit. You're right about that. I'm so tired. But I don't want to say everybody's doing it, Yeah, that's not kin. I mean, it's going to be a little wonky for the kids to have a dad and an uncle and a grandpa and an uncle, or a grandpa. I don't know. It fucks it up. It fucks up. It don't fuck up the gene pool. Let's just say that. That's not stirring nothing into your gene pool. This happened in Hamden, Ohio. Hamden. There's the interview of a first responder
screaming at me. We need a driver.
I think it is positive that they're all her kids. I'm not saying that for sure, Jackal, but I think that is positive. I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe some of them even's that old ladies. We don't know. They could be cousins. I'm gonna try to get down to some of the facts. That way I can present you with some facts. This is still kind of new to me, and I'm a react channel, right? I like to give you my here's what I think about it type thing, And I don't have to play the banjo either. So it took me to fucking put it out of them, Ben. It took me to get it out of them 2 dudes. Like Timmy and Lorraine and Ray All of them owe you an apology. You owe all of them an apology, you fuckheads. What the fuck are you talking about? You never gave him a penny.
Afterwards until you can.
He spoke about the apology for I ever did. So shout out to Creep, you know what I mean? But oh yeah, he owes them all apologies, not just Timmy.
Child's
What?
eyes? Did they look at you? Did they touch you? Did they smile at you? Is there some haunting memory you have of providing care to these kids?
Mainly, I was focused on driving, getting down to the hospital. Our closest hospital is from Hamden, probably about 20 minutes.
See, I wouldn't want to do that. Nah, I gotta live.
Quiet.
I gotta live closer to the hospital, bro. It takes me like 3 minutes in an ambulance. 3 minutes. I have a heart attack. I'm getting to the ambulance in 5 minutes. To the hospital.
That's what it was.
So y'all, I'm gonna buy me a little fake banjo about this big. I'm gonna get me a little fake banjo. These boys don't want to troll with me. I will troll that ass off. And I ain't even a troll. Y'all the trolls. I done, buddy. What done, Kiki? Karma. Come here. Come here to me. Come here, way down. You way down on there, okay? Thank you. I love you too, Day. Day, though. I love you too, baby. You love me? I know. He's my baby. He's in my big kitty. He ain't fucked the toilet paper up lately. Well, you love me? I love you too. I love you too, Daddy. That's my baby. Yeah, they boarded it up already. Yeah, he's fatty, man. Yeah, he's a fatty boy. He knows. He knows. He's my baby. He loves me so much. Oh, he's fucked up enough toilet paper, that's for sure. I love you too, Kiki. You like the microphone? He's a good kitty, ain't he? He's ready to eat. He's ready to eat. Oh. Okay. He's doing this because he wants to eat. He knows it's about time. He does this every damn night. Every damn night. What do you want from me, kitty? He's my buddy, man.
Disturbing child abuse cases in the country. Cases where children were locked away.
No, they're just waiving their preliminary hearings. That means they're wanting to plead guilty right now and get it over with? Is that what they're trying to do? You waive your preliminary hearing to, like, that's just to, like, tell them you're guilty? Like, who's doing that shit? Who does that? No, you can't knock that over. You don't drink that now. Get out of here. Go. See, I knew you would be up here talking, doing stuff. I know it. I knew it. I'll get you some food in a little bit, okay? He is fat. He's got big, man. Waiting to be indicted? No waiving it to be indicted. They wanted to be indicted right then. You got a kitty now? Oh, you got a new one? I love my kitty. He's not ever going anywhere. I got this soft ass, like, it's like a velvet almost blanket, and he hates that blanket. I have to move, like when I cover up at night, I have to move the blanket next to me down so it's the sheets open so he can lay on the sheet with me. Like, he will not lay on the blanket. It's too soft because every time he gets on it, he needs. He just pushes his paws to it and shit, and then he runs away from it. He don't like it. Yeah, he's tore up everything leather. Yeah. Yep, absolutely, dude. How bad do they have to be in condition to be rushed to the hospital? That's horrific. It has to be horrific, guys. To be rushed to the hospital, that's horrific, guys. I'm sorry. That is unheard of, dude. To find these children and say, "Holy shit, these got to go to the rush these." They malnutritioned, probably hadn't had fucking good food and water for days, bro, months maybe. Yeah, who has 4 sets of twins, man? Who the fuck has 4 sets of twins in life? I mean, there's people that had, but it's very abnormal. She could have got rich just off having as many kids as she did on TV. Contact fucking Lifetime or A&E. They'll have your story sold in a heartbeat. You know, there's ways out if you fuck up. Man, they would have been dead. I'm going to try to stay on this, man. I want to really see what's starting. Do you know how many people would have adopted those twins in a heartbeat? People want to adopt twins. Like, there are families that adopt children and take care of them forever. Okay? This is a fact. Not all people that adopt kids are hurting them. They get them to take care of them because they may not be able to have children, or they may want more children, or they're too old. You know, there's reasons. And a lot of them will adopt a pair of twins. Why are you going to fucking keep them and then not take care of them is beyond me, man. It's beyond me. Well, they're saying they're all hers. They're all hers.
Quads. There was just a line of cars, a line of BCI, the sheriff office, Benton County EMA.
This is fucking
There's
unreal.
Just a whole slew of cars, and
just when you think you've seen it all, yeah, right. Now, what's going to top this? Think about that. You'll probably think you've seen it all on this situation. Nope. Next week, there'll be 21 kids found. And your mind will be fucking blown again. This is how the world works, man.
That's a small road to go through.
Like, look at the train tracks right there on it, bro.
Small road to go through.
Look at that. The tracks are on top of the house. I don't think there's only one daddy, man. I don't know. That could be wrong. I think it's dad and grandpa was the fucking... Especially if there's drugs, man. I mean, if it's not drugs, it's got to be mental health, right? And then if you add the two together, you can get some crazy shit happening. Nothing should happen to our babies.
Benton County and the whole spec of it doesn't have a lot of resources. And they arrive pretty quickly as well. And
describe it all side of that
approaches and their condition. It's those kind of
there's no neighbors. There's no neighbors. Like, what are you talking about? That's not neighbors to me. Like, yeah, you got somebody next door, but you gotta walk fucking 500 fucking feet to it, you know? Like, that's not neighbors to me. If you guys think, any of y'all think that's having neighbors, shit. Live where I live. Shit, even the houses down right in the corner from me, all the homes, their houses are fucking 15 feet. Some of them are 4 feet apart. Some of them 10 feet, 15 feet, 25 feet, 100 feet. But their house is like 4 feet apart in my neighborhood. Like, you got real neighbors. You would still be able to see kids. Is it something that you're going to pay attention to, though? You might not, like, if somebody asks, hey, have you ever seen kids there? You'd probably say no, but is it, if you don't see any kids there, is it going to bring a suspicion on that there are kids there. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's a psychological thing, kind of. Because anybody can say, well, they ain't never seen no kids there, but were you actually looking for kids there, though? This town is what? This town is a country town. Oh, yeah, it's very, very, very country. I think there's 200 people in the whole fucking town. Something like that. Oh, man. It's fucking crazy. Not if they don't let them play outside, yeah. Neighbors definitely saw kids there. 16, but they're probably trying to mind their own business. Yeah, it just makes it different, you know? Just little different circumstances and shit for each person, probably. Like, if I was driving by there or outside and I'd never seen a kid there, I'm probably not going to keep looking to see if I see a kid there or I notice a kid there. You know what I mean? I don't know. Your neighbors like miles apart. I wish I had that. Farms. Yeah, I think I want to, when I retire, I'm going to stream too. And then I think I'm going to move to the country to stream. Man, they look like slime balls, man. And I'm not going to lie, every mugshot kind of makes you look like a slime ball. It does. I mean, it's a mugshot, right? Who wants to be on a mugshot? But they truthfully look like slime balls. No financial aid for the kids at all either, I don't guess. There was no record of the children being there. And they were there for 4 years. Man, not too long ago, remember there was record of a foster family that was taking in kids and had them living in the shed. Y'all remember that shit? Fucking wild. 6 kids, man, in one shed. They had them triple bunked. That's great. Treating them as slaves. They were treating them as slaves. It was wild.
Are placed in safe.
You see, I'll love to cover a true crime case like this because children, that has an impact on me, man. It just does. Like Rebecca's story, dude, took me from one emotion to the other. Like dead serious, man. Like when it comes to the children, and women ain't a far second, man. When you hurt women, it ain't a far second. Like I know like men shouldn't be hurt either, but like it's not anything I care to cover as if men are getting fucking destroyed. Kids are innocent. Absolutely. I said I was gonna get. Yeah, I read that, bro. These motherfuckers just say anything, dude. That married woman that just say anything, bro. You ain't gonna ever be able to find a goddamn clip of me ever. See what I'm saying? They never asked the second question, like, where'd you see that at? I'm gonna pay to have Susan back. Susan tried to come back to this channel, and she got banned with the first comment. I stand on business. I don't flex, or fade for it either.
And what was going on in your community?
What?
Some different people reached out for prayer and counseling.
That's what
there were
somebody
several
said.
different systems involved.
Somebody said I wanted Susan back on my channel. I'd do anything, even if I had to pay her. Like, what? Are you fucking stupid? Like, are you fucking retarded? That's why the retarded word comes in. Because some of these people have to be fucking retarded. Y'all seen it. She came in here and said, "Good evening, AD." Bam! Blocked. I think everybody saw it. I don't care. Yeah, I seen what she said. It's stupid. That woman always left dumb comments on my channel too, bro. Like she would say stupid shit, like off the wall shit. Like off the wall.
It's really a tragedy because those people have moved around to keep from getting in trouble all over the place, and it just happened to hit here, and a lot of people are using that as a negative.
So we're all drug addicts? How's she know that? I love that drug addict shit. That's the dumbest shit to say on the internet because you never know if anybody's a drug addict unless they fuck. So everybody's drug addicts, but she runs a fucking drug thing. This, like, let me ask y'all this: is anybody fooled by the way Tottie's doing her content? Is anybody really like fooled by it? It's all snaky content, every bit of it. She tries to run a rehab group. But like, you could get rehab help at gmail.com though. Email it, find out. You can get rehab help at gmail.com.
Get it.
That $3,000 to get them out. That's it. That's fucking it. $3,000 fucking dollars, bro. That's the problem with our system, man. Like, fix that. There should be at least a $500,000 bond on them. At least. No, it's 300,000. They said, so it's 30. So that's a little better. It should be more than that, though. Yeah, it's 300,000. So it'd be a 30,000 surety, but that's still kind of low for what they're caught. Like, I know they're not coming up with 30 grand, but I know they don't have 3 cents. You're right. You're right. They're not getting out. But damn. Yeah. I don't like sex crimes, man. People that commit sex crimes are fucking weird. Every one of them in my eyes. Because if it crosses your mind to commit sex crimes and shit, you're a fucking weirdo. This is how it is. Okay, so 18, 15. What do you guys think about that? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, it's not that bad, right? Like, you're 18 to 15. Sure, you're an adult now, but there's a possibility you still might be in high school. So it's not that like egregious to me. But now, once you cross that 18 to 19, then you're fucking with a 15-year-old. Fuck you, right? You know better. But like that 18 mark, that ain't shit, right? But 15 to be getting married, why would your parents even allow that? Why the fuck would your parents even allow that, man? Like, this is the problem with this. This is badly raised children. Like, if your parents are allowing you to get married at 15, they're sickos too. They're fucking sickos too, man. In some way, shape, or form. And they let the situation get worse, and worse. Yeah, the age thing in the bad. I was just asking you guys because that's how I feel too. I'm not even looking at the age thing because he certainly was an adult at 18, but like that's just on paper, bro. He wasn't no adult, and she wasn't either. Yeah, it's 30,000. Yeah, it'd be 30,000.
Their marriage was legal in West Virginia because all 4 parents signed off on it. That's a detail
Insane,
I can't
dude.
get out of my head.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
like why the fuck would you sign off for your 15, especially in today's times? Like in today's times, there's still parents out there that are signing their kids away at 15. Are we kidding ourselves? What? What? Parents, don't let your children get married at 15. They're not even having. They haven't even achieved their life goals yet. Yeah, they haven't even achieved any goals yet.
Yeah.
So is she a victim? Is she a victim too, y'all? Because if you get married into 15, I mean, you can be a victim of just manipulation, out of fear now. He might have started putting his hands on her, you know. Drugs might be an issue with this too. She may be addicted to drugs. And he's possibly could be supplying that to her, you know. Like there could be a whole lot of things to consider here. Like a lot. Like grooming, definitely. That's like, and I don't want to say she's not a victim because she very well could be. But those other three are not victims.
These children.
Maybe the other woman's a victim too. Maybe these two men are just controlling that whole household. We don't know. But the way that woman looks, she looks fucking mean. Where else is this happening, you know? Because gosh damn, I thought I've seen it all. Like, but next we're going to see more children or even more horrific things going on to them. You know? I thought I've seen it all, chat. I really do. But tonight, covering this story, which I've seen days ago, right? I've seen this days ago. But I want to figure out more about this. I'm going to start looking on Facebook. Like all this shit. Like what would allow a mother to bear 16 kids and let that happen to them? Wait, how? Like you're the one bearing them. The mother has a different bond with the child. No doubt about it. Like Pops can be something to his baby girls, you know what I mean? Like my daughter's got me wrapped around their finger. But I know that connection with their mother is much, much different. Oh, there's gonna be lots of mental issues. Yeah, there's the children that the 18-year-old they said couldn't even write her own name, dude. Like what? Appalachia has a lot more than you think. Yeah, the poverty's really stricken through Appalachia, man, because you know they had all these coal mines. There was a time where it was prospering. And then these companies just up and fucking split. And what happens is you fracture that economy. You just fracture it. And it just falls to the wayside. And that's the truth. Like it's the government doing it. It is. It's not the people, because if there was jobs, the people would work. It's the jobs that were thriving, paying people good, giving people, you know, benefits. Companies were coming in, and now the big jobs that were there are gone. What do you do? Some of them people couldn't drive fucking 100 miles to the next fucking town. Creeper has done 2 videos about these people like these with the coal disappearing. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely it's the coal mines, man. Yeah, no possible way she wanted to be pregnant all the time. No way. Not that many kids, bro. I read that, Elizabeth. That's for sure. Like she wanted to stop fucking at some point, and they weren't letting her. I bet you that's something right there to think about. At some point, I guarantee you, this woman wanted to stop fucking, and they were just running through her, man. Amazing. Not amazing like good, but People are fucking sick. Yeah, I bet she does look wore out, dude. I bet. Like, she was pumping kids out every year, every 9 months. So it'd be every year she was pumping a new kid, man. Holy moly. Could you imagine your friend being pregnant for 18 years? Hey, you got a buddy here who's pregnant for 18 years now. Who has Cole single-handedly run these towns? Yep. Yep. Cole left and left nothing. Took all the money from the town, man. Sucked it dry. I watch a lot of that on YouTube. I watch a lot of the Appalachian poverty. I watch a lot of that. Appalachia was stricken with the drug market too, with all the fucking Oxycontin that took over. Hillbilly heroin, man. Yeah, could you imagine having 16 kids back to back to back to back to back? 4 sets of twins, yo. So you're birthing double at that time. Jesus, bro. Fucking amazing. Mountain Dew dragon fruit, y'all. Dragon fruit Mountain Dew. Pretty damn good. It's different. I try all these fucking drinks. Everybody, we're going to be diving into this a lot more. I appreciate all y'all for hanging out with AD tonight. You guys are a fucking riot, man. Every one of your comments tonight were absolutely fucking amazing. You know, I enjoyed talking about the Whitakers for quite some time, right? I enjoyed trying to get to the things about it. I enjoyed trying to listen to hear everyone out. And I enjoyed, you know, most of all, meeting the people that I did throughout that journey, right? I do. I really enjoyed it. But that time has passed. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. And there's nothing else that I even want to talk about it with anymore. Because for one, that family's doing all right, man. And that's the biggest point in all of this. Everybody worrying about what the family's doing. They seeing each other, 3 all together. Yeah, they're doing great. And all of that. So, in that being said, I'm done. I don't care. And I hope I carry some of you with me because of this, the channel. And I understand if you don't watch me because of it. That's cool too, man. You guys have a great night. I appreciate all y'all. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Enjoy your evenings, man. Love y'all. See you guys again tomorrow.
I gon' come with safety. The only time I'm safe is when I'm dangerous. Posted in the 30 with this 30, trying to leave them brainless. We still in the jets, exactly where them boys say we ain't hanging. Put cheese on my head, I come collect that shit. You think I'm playing? Trouble hop out busting at it, brother. Miss you know I'm hitting. We got O's and Bo's in here, and we got wood cook in the kitchen. If I say go get them, they go get them. Young boy fingers itching, fingers squeezing on the trigger. They heard all them glitches. Money man, I run it up. If I fall off, I'm poking shit. Told that bitch quit asking questions. I hate all that notice shit. We send shots the whole year round, no ring around the road and shit. My little bro, he makes you vanish. He with hocus pocus shit. Chopper bust, they hit the ground. It's too many sticks around. We known to get greasy, pussy. Don't you have your bitch around? Switch up on this bitch. I catch them deep, get a whole click around. Put us in the mission, shit that we ain't do. We spinning now. Bitch keep trying to tell me slide. Think she trying to set the pick. Other hoes been tripping, texting my bitch on that mission shit. Left a bro out there with his brains out. Yeah, that's that messy shit. Bought another Glock, let's catch an op so I can test the bitch.